Hello. Look, we match. Yay, how cute. All right, so I was going to wait till tomorrow to tell you about my witch sister, who's also one of my teachers at the yoga studio. So I was going to lump her in. Whoa, Pixel's getting kind of wild. Want to get down? I was going to lump her in with the story of how I was asked to be a planet. But then after yoga tonight, I feel like she needs her own little episode. So this teacher of mine, she was my very first Kundalini teacher in a real life class. And this was back at the beginning of March. And when I got into class, just the energy in the room was really cool. And then when I shared with her that I had done Kundalini, but not with humans, I could see like a little spark in her eye. So fast forward, I start practicing with her once a week. And she's telling me about her teacher and mentor, Kelly. And I'm like, I'll have to meet this Kelly gal at some point. And then I found out Kelly teaches Kundalini on Saturday morning. So I tried Kelly's class on Saturday morning. I even made a video about it way back, like in April. If you go look it up, I made a video about like Kundalining myself into like a popped blood vessel in my eye. And let's just say there's a learning curve. And I was so excited to learn all that I could that I went to all of the Kundalini. There's like 4 offerings a week. And then my life started to shift. But we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I want to talk specifically about my witch sister because this goes with the witch wound that I was talking about yesterday. So with the wound that I was born different, with the wound or the knowledge, I should say, that I knew I was born to help people and be with them, not just help them, but like be with them. One of my favorite writers in the whole world is Peggy Vincent, and she's a midwife, and she has a book called The Baby Catcher, and it's been one of my favorite books for more than 20 years, since I had my oldest. And I remember her saying the word midwife translates to with. So when I wanted to become a doula and a birth assistant, I wanted to be with women giving birth. The only thing is, some of my clients are men. I love it's genderless for me. In fact, everything I do is genderless for me. I'm not going to go into all of that, but that's a different episode. I want to keep this one focused on my witch sister. So I began to explore astrology, human design, all different modalities that have to do with how to kind of figure yourself out. And as I was learning more and more and more, I was learning, wow, like how my life has interwoven into this medicine woman / teacher over my whole life, really. So this teacher in particular, I started to feel a connection with her because we both help people heal from trauma. And to hold space for people healing from trauma, you have to have a certain street sense. Like you've been in the trenches yourself if you choose to make that your life's work. At least 99% of the time. So I had a kindred feeling about this soul. And every single class, it was almost like she was in my head. And all of her music that she chooses was music that was like speaking to me. So doing the Kundalini almost daily from April, May, June was completely shifting my healing journey. So while I'm going to these different Kundalini teachers with completely different styles, and then honing and curating my own sacred practice at home, put me in a position to where I was putting the pieces together. I used to be a belly dance teacher. I used to teach women to do moves that are sacred to the feminine. And I had no idea. I had no idea. I used to be a doula and help women give birth. I've always been a caretaker. So I really identified with being a witch, like so connected to nature and other witches and other medicine women. But it didn't feel right saying that. So one night after class, I only have known this teacher for a couple of weeks. And I was like, I feel like you and I have a lot in common. She's like, I do too. We both help people with trauma. We're both super into yoga. I feel like we do. And I said, I kind of feel like I'm looking for like a sister circle. Like kind of something witchy. And it was the first time I said it. And I was like, am I really going down this rabbit hole? And the answer is, yeah. Yeah. And she says, yeah, actually, I know of a local sister circle and I'll connect you. And we traded numbers and we've become extremely amazing friends. What I want to convey is that I learned from her first how to use Kundalini yoga as a way to heal trauma. I hadn't made the connection. I had done the breath work. I had done the different things, but I hadn't made the connection. And this teacher really helped me to connect all of the dots and really gave me permission to lean into whatever's coming up. And she let me speak my truth for the first time without judgment. I honor that. I'm extremely grateful. I love that she has a Dharma talk with all of us, which is just a little 5 to 10 minute conversation. Excuse me, ma'am. Her jammies are hilarious. Dharma talk is always about like, what is your intention for this practice? So now every single time I practice, I always have an intention. I always have something that I'm working on or setting down or calling in. And it's so powerful. I'm so grateful for this human. If you ever have a chance to take one of her classes, I highly recommend it. I'd be happy to message you. She's incredible. Healer. teacher.